Wendy! You seriously need to just let me into your amazing mansion already.
Bree, are we really going to have this conversation again? How many times have we gone over this already? You do realize that the only person you can blame for mom and dad disinheriting you is you, right? Why do we have to go through this every single time we talk?
And just what does that have to do with anything at all that I'm talking about, huh?
I mean that I'm living with mom and dad, and they've decided that they don't want to share anything with you anymore. Even though you're my sister and their daughter, you would still be an unwelcome guest here. Don't you get that?
But it's been 8 whole years since I've left home. And it's only after I leave that you all move out and into that amazingly huge house. It isn't fair.
Well, I don't know what to tell you except that a lot can change over 8 years.
Well, if so much has changed, then why am I still ostracized from everything the family does, huh?
The only person you should be asking for that answer is you. You steal your friend's husband and cheated with him in mom and dad's old house. Mom and dad still haven't forgiven you for it, and quite frankly, neither have I. None of us even consider you a part of the family anymore.
But that's horrible! How can you do that when we are family?
Bree, let me try and break something down for you. The only reason that I haven't blocked you on everything yet is so that I can try and field your calls and save our parents the efforts of doing so. But the truth is that I want nothing more than to block your number right now. I don't think of you as my sister. Mom and dad don't think of you as their daughter, and you need to get used to that.
No! How can you just expect me to accept something like that? I will find a way to live in that huge house if it's the last thing I do. Do you understand me? Wendy, are you there? I know that you're home, thinking you're so much better than everyone else on Earth just because you get to live in that huge mansion. But that's not going to last for much longer. How does it feel, knowing that soon you're not going to be able to live there anymore?
Bree, again? Seriously? Just what on earth could you possibly be talking about this time? Are you still trying to find a way to live here with us?
Of course I'm still trying. More than that, I'm succeeding. I did a lot of looking into just what you're up to these days, Wendy.
You looked into me? Okay then. Just what did you find out that's got you acting so high and mighty?
Well, I know that you're engaged to be married, right? And that your fiancé is some 38-year-old guy named Barry, right?
That's all correct.
So you're telling me that even a 40-something-year-old hag like you can back a younger man? We both know that to the average eye, the age difference might not seem like much, but getting any kind of younger man is a win for women.
Bree, literally, what are you even talking about?
I mean that, conversely, a man would naturally want a younger woman for himself. That's why I've gone out and stolen Barry from you.
Wait, stolen? As in... Bree, please tell me you're not saying what I think you're saying.
Well, I had to do something to find a way to live in that big house of yours. And I know that the only reason you moved in there was because you married Barry, and he suggested moving in with Mom and Dad in that big house.
Just what is your obsession with trying to live in a house built for at least a whole family to live in?
Well, when I stole my friend's husband all those years ago, I was planning on moving into this huge house. But then, it turns out that the house was actually owned by my friend and her family, and so that was never going to happen as long as with that old guy.
So then you're telling me that the whole reason you ruined your friendship and stole that man from your best friend was for a house? And now you've gone and done the same thing to your own sister?
Ding, ding, ding! You guessed it!
Okay, Well, I don't know how else to say this, but you're not going to be living in this house just by stealing Barry from me.
Please, I did my homework this time. You're not going to be able to try and confuse me now. I know that the house you're all living in now is signed for by Barry. And since I've gone and stolen him from you, that means that soon he's going to tell you that he can't marry you anymore. And then you'll all have to leave. And I bet you've had quite some time to accumulate things to fill up all that empty space in a house like that. It's not going to be easy moving out of there. I'll give you all until the end of the month. Go ahead and tell Mom and Dad about this too. Let them know that if they want to keep living in that big house, that they're going to have to put me back in their will. And apologize for the way they treated me the past 8 years. But as for you, Wendy, you're going right out to the streets where you'll have to find for yourself.
Bree, I really just don't get it. What happened to turn you into such a covetous, selfish, mean person?
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
Well, first of all, you know that both you and Barry are liable to be sued by me for your affair, right?
Of course I know that. But I also know that Barry's family is filthy, stinking rich, and that however you want from us is going to be nothing to him. I'm never going back to the way I was 8 years ago when I left the house drowning in debt and just the clothes on my back.
If you don't want to end up like that again, then I don't see why you insist on engaging in these wild schemes of yours.
Ugh, I already told you that it's always been a dream of mine to live in a huge house like the one that you're in now. I'm not pulling any schemes. I'm just taking the most important steps to achieving my dreams. I worked hard over the past 8 years to pay off all my debt, just to find out that you were living in the lap of luxury this whole time. Well, that isn't fair. We're sisters. Why do you get everything handed to you on a silver platter? Well, I've had to work for all that I have now.
Are you really trying to accuse me of getting favorable treatment over you?
All I'm saying is that I did my research into you, and I know the only reason you and our parents are able to stay in a house like that is all thanks to Barry. So, now that I've stolen him from you, that means that I'll be the one getting to live there and not you.
I don't get it. You've come so far and been through so much, and yet it seems like you've still learned nothing. I mean, if you know that you can work that hard on your own merit, why not just find a regular job and buy your own place?
Because why would I when I've already found a man who'll give me what I want and who's head over heels in love with me? We're both a woman. We know that there's many different ways to get what we want. What's it matter how I get things as long as I get them?
And that's really the best excuse you can give for all that you're doing right now?
Excuses or not, the fact of the matter is that I've stolen your man, and there's nothing you can do about it. Did you really think you were finally going to be getting married at 42 years old? You're way past your prime, and you're going to do old and lonely. Now remember, you only have until the end of the month before you need to be out of there. And tell Mom and Dad that the same goes for them unless they don't agree to add me to their will.
I really just don't know what I'm going to do with you, Bree.
Hey, Wendy! You're already way over the time limit that I gave you to move out of there. I want to move out and start my new happy life with new rich husband. Why aren't you gone yet? I'll give you 3 more days, and then I want you out of there. Do you understand me? Hey! Seriously! What is your deal? Why aren't you leaving yet? Are you seriously just going to squat there forever? I've already packed up all my things, and the only person standing in my way right now is you. So get out already! Oh, Wendy! Just get out of the house already! Don't you realize that you lost? Barry doesn't want you anymore. You don't have the right to be there. Get out of the house right now! And I am beyond furious with you right now. You are seriously going to make me take drastic measures now. I have no choice but to force you out of the house. Wendy, I'm home. I'm standing right outside the front door. Now you march out here and give up the house. I don't care where you go to live out the rest of your sad, lonely life, but it will not be here.
I was wondering if you were really going to try and pull something like this after the 3 days were up.
Of course I would. I always follow through with my threats.
Bree, I'm afraid that the only person living a sad, lonely life right now is Barry.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, that we officially canceled our engagement about a month ago.
No, really. Well, I didn't know. But that doesn't change anything, so get out!
It changes everything. Someone already moved out, and that person was Barry.
You're not making any sense. Just tell me what you're trying to say.
Barry is currently living in a tiny little apartment about 20 minutes outside of downtown.
I still don't understand what you mean by that.
I guess I'll start from the beginning for you. It's true that this house did used to belong to Barry's family, and the deed for the house was in Barry's name. But 6 months ago, I became the deed holder.
But why? How did that happen?
Well, Barry's business was doing really poorly at the time, and he started getting bogged down with debt. Then things quickly turned even worse, and he had to declare for bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy? Are you kidding me?
I am not, but I actually own and manage my own business, which is quite large, if I may say so myself.
Wait, what?
So Barry, knowing this, talked to me and agreed to lease the house to me on the condition that when he pays me back, I return it to him. I got him out of a lot of financial trouble by doing that.
No, this can't be right. You're lying to me, are you?
If you look up Barry's company online, I'm sure you can see plenty of stories about the bankruptcy.
Wait, oh no, it's true!
Yep, told you so.
But what am I supposed to do? This is my last day in my apartment. I've already returned my key and everything. Where am I supposed to live?
I'm sure that Barry could find some room for you in his place.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I heard that he's renting with a building known for having some of the smallest apartments in the city, but I guess your options are that or homelessness.
But this isn't fair. I stole Barry from you fair and square. I was supposed to live in this big house, not you. It was my dream, and now it's all gone. Wendy, please pick up the phone. Are you really going to sue me? After I've been through so much? I just paid off all my debts and feel like I can finally breathe again. Why are you instantly going to saddle me with more? I went to Barry to ask for help and he said that he didn't have anything for me. Please, I'm begging your help here. You're my older sister. You have to do something.
Sometimes you just save people when they have their mind set on something, even when it's completely wrong. But thanks to her stubbornness, Wendy made the same mistake of sleeping with the spouse of the person who owned the house she was trying to steal twice. I worry about my sister often, but I just can't pity her at all when she lands herself in the exact trouble she blames on everyone around her. It's true, I did sue her and Barry for their affair. Part of the fees charged to them also included the cancellation charges for my wedding plans with Barry. They both had to split the sum of around $100,000. I wondered if Bree had felt like her life was just set back another 8 years. Although I'm sure if she did it once, she could get herself out of debt again. I just hope that she learned her lesson this time.
Rachel, the invitation that I sent out was returned to me. Did you move? If you did, can't believe that you didn't tell me.
Who is this? Oh, Kayla? Are you talking about the wedding invitation?
Yes, I sent it to everyone from our middle school, but some people's invitations returned to me, including you.
What are you talking about? Mine came and I replied?
What?
I circled attend. It didn't come yet?
No.
Maybe it was sent to my old address.
Maybe. Oh, but whatever. You already replied, so it doesn't matter. Wow, I need to tell the person who's in charge of this to be careful.
Oh, you're not doing this by yourself?
Oh, of course not. It's too much work. So that's why I asked someone else and my cousin to do it.
Melissa?
Yes. How do you know her?
She was in my sport team in middle school. Seems like you still treat her like shit.
So what? She should be lucky that I talked to her. Dad also said that I can treat her however I want since we're related. In fact, I'm going to be a boss's wife, so I need to get used to this.
You have no right to act that way. What is wrong with you?
Stop being jealous. Anyway, see you at the wedding.
I'm not jealous at all, but yeah, I will be there.
Great, see you there. Just want to make this clear, but please don't be an embarrassment.
Okay.
Please promise, I'm going to be marrying a business owner, okay? You should be thankful that I invited you. Don't be trying to hook up with rich men or eat like a pig.
Don't worry about that. I've been to weddings before, so...
You better be careful. Oh, one more thing. I am giving you permission to talk with my fiance's rich, high-class friends, which you will never meet in your life, so I want you to give me more than $2,000 for the wedding money gift.
Are you serious?
Yes? What, is there a problem?
I heard that you told the rest of the guests to pay $2,000 also. I just want to say that the average is about $300. Stop being so greedy. What will happen if your fiancé hears about this?
All I'm saying is that you guys need to pay me that much because I'm letting you low-class people meet high-class people. So if you have time to complain, you should think about how to save up that money.
Okay. Oh, just wanted to say that there's going to be a big surprise at the wedding.
Huh?
I'm so excited!
Wait, is there going to be a surprise?
We'll see.
Hi, Rachel. It's Melissa. How are you?
Melissa, I'm doing good. How about you?
Apologies for the wedding invitation. Looks like I sent you two by accident.
Oh, no problem. I didn't tell Kayla my new address, so it's my fault. Are you okay with everything?
Maybe? I actually need to start making the welcome board for the wedding.
Do you need help with that?
Not for now, thanks. But if I need help, I will let you know.
Okay. If you need something, feel free to message me.
Thanks.
I think Kayla will shut up after what's about to happen at the wedding.
What's going to happen?
You'll see.
Rachel, are you here?
Yes. Congrats on your wedding.
Thanks. You didn't forget to bring the $2,000, right?
Why are you asking me this now?
Oh, was it too much for you? Then that means you can't talk to anyone. Oh, I feel so bad for you because you just ruined your chance to meet someone who's high class unlike you. I'm not the bad guy because all you had to do was bring me the $2,000.
It's okay. I have a fiancé, so I really don't care.
What?
About the money, I did bring it to you as business partner, so maybe you can check that later?
What? Business partner? Wait, why are you invited from my fiancé's side?
Please don't tell me that you just checked the guest list.
Whatever. I asked him and said it was you. Why do you have a different last name?
I think you know that I was raised by a single mom, right? She got remarried, so my last name changed.
What?
My dad owns a company, and I'm training to become the next CEO.
CEO? Wait, your last name seems familiar to me. Is it the parent company of my fiancé's?
That is what it says on the seating chart. Didn't you see it?
For real?
Yeah. So that's why I'm on his guest list.
What? Why the hell didn't Melissa tell me?
I don't know. Speaking of Melissa, I don't see her. Is she coming?
You're kidding me, right? Oh my god!
What happened?
Melissa decided not to show up.
What do you mean?
I just called her and she said that she's at the airport with her parents.
Oh, really?
Is she serious?
Didn't you hear that her fiancé was assigned to the branch office overseas?
What? Fiancé? She's engaged?
Yep. I was surprised when she told me. My dad told me that someone from the Overseas Operations Division was assigned overseas, and it was actually Melissa's fiancé. Funny, right?
What?
He took the opportunity to propose to her, which she, of course, said yes to, and decided to follow him overseas with her parents. I think she also said that she's going to live there permanently.
She never told me about this.
If I'm not wrong, I think she's leaving today.
How can that geek have a fiancé? Like, overseas? What? How? What?
Oh my god, what now?
Only 1/5 of the people who I invited can make it.
Wow, you also didn't know about this?
I just found out that there were cancellations one after the other. Why didn't Melissa tell me about this?
Damn, Melissa is a G.
It's not funny. What is wrong with her? Ugh, can't believe my wedding was canceled and he called off the engagement. I don't deserve this.
Are you going to blame Melissa for this?
Yes, it's her fault.
No it's not. She was letting you know the attendees for the wedding, but you weren't listening.
What did you say?
You heard me. Oh, Melissa told me that your ex was her friend's boyfriend, and also looks like you stole her boyfriend twice before.
I just thought that it's wrong for someone like Melissa to have a boyfriend, so that's why I stole them.
You've also done this to your coworkers and your friends, right? Your actions make people get disgusted with you. Have you not realized that? Your ex's parents were suspicious with your relationship with people, by the way. They asked me, and I told them that you wanted people to give you more than $2,000 for the wedding money gift, and how you called us low class.
You told them? Why?
What do you mean, why? I just told them the truth.
What?
They're pissed.
Ugh.
Also, looks like you were cheating this whole time?
There's a reason for that.
Everything you've done is the reason why your engagement was called off.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Stop acting like you're better than me. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for your dad, you would not be anywhere you are today. You just got lucky.
Lucky, huh? Do you always need to think things so negatively? If you keep on doing that, your life will be miserable.
I said shut up.
Okay, then I guess I will shut up and block you.
What?
Didn't you just tell me to shut up? That's exactly what I'm going to do.
No, that's not what I meant.
Then what?
To be honest, I need your help.
Nope. Sorry. Bye.
Rachel, please.
I contacted Melissa, and she told me that she cut ties with Kayla and is living a happy life. On the other hand, Kayla is paying for the canceled wedding fee, plus compensation for the broken engagement. Even though she needs help, she has no one, including her parents, to reach out to, so she sold her house. But she didn't have enough money, so she got into debt. Today, she's living somewhere in a small apartment, working, still buried with debt, but I heard that she found a guy and was able to pay it all off. However, that guy was someone's spy, and you guessed it, it caused trouble and made her be in debt again. She now has trust issues. Karma is a bitch.
Hi, Everett. I think it would be best if you got divorced with my daughter. This is Stella's father, the person you exchanged contacts with today when you visited to ask permission for the wedding.
Oh, thanks for today's rough welcome. I didn't expect to be punched in the face and thrown out in the middle of my introduction. Did I do something to offend you?
Well, I guess you could call it an offense. Everett, I heard that you were the CEO of a company and couldn't help but be impressed, especially considering you're so young. But then I heard about your academic background, and the positive image I had of you vanished in an instant. Did you not notice?
What about my academic background?
You said you graduated middle school and immediately found a job, right? You seriously didn't even graduate high school?
Well, yes. My father passed away when I was young, so we didn't have any money. I decided to get a job instead of going to high school since I have 2 younger siblings, a brother and a sister.
I see. Well, while I do feel bad for the environment you grew up in, this is still a different matter. You're 31, right?
Yes.
It's already enough reason to worry that the top of the company is so young. But the fact that he also never graduated high school, you know?
What is it if I didn't graduate high school?
It must not be any company of worth if the CEO is a middle school graduate. It was a real estate company, right? But in reality, your company is probably just a land shark, right? I can't help but be suspicious if the CEO of the company is a middle school graduate.
Our company does business fair and square. The reason I was chosen to be CEO is because our predecessors put a lot of effort in training the younger generation of employees. So it was decided that someone around my age would become the next CEO. There's nothing suspicious about it. I believe that you can rest assured about this fact.
Fine, I don't care. I'm still going to have you cancel the marriage with Stella.
And for what reason, may I ask? Everything you said up until now is completely unfair. At least give me a satisfactory answer.
You really are quite stubborn. Fine, I'll explain it to you in clear terms. Our family has been one of the biggest landowners in the area for generations. Unlike me, the head of this family, you, the middle school graduate, are just a filthy member of the bourgeoisie. There's no way I, a descendant of nobles, am going to let my daughter marry a swine like you. I'm not going to give you my daughter.
I see. Please let me talk to Stella first. Only then will I give you my answer.
Everett, you said you wanted to talk to me?
Stella, your father is opposing our marriage.
Yep, I was sitting next to him, so I saw the conversation you two had.
Then I want to hear what you think about it. What are we going to do about our marriage?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to cancel it.
What?
I talked to my father and realized what he was saying was true. Everyone in my family has graduated university, and even if you are the CEO of a company, there's no way I can marry someone who didn't even go to high school. My father says he'll arrange a meeting for me with someone from an elite university. Besides, marrying someone like me, the daughter of a wealthy landowner, should be extremely attractive for men. Why should I marry a middle school graduate if that's the case? Anyways, that's the deal. I'm sorry.
I see. I understand. I've been insulted for being a middle school graduate many times in my life. Now I realize that you're just on the same level as them.
Huh?
All the love I had for you just disappeared after reading what you had to say to me. Thanks for showing me your true self before we got married. Goodbye.
Well, that settles it, I guess. You'll probably find the right woman for you someday. As long as you don't try going after the daughter of a high-class family like Stella, despite having no academic background, that is. Knowing your place is important, you know?
I'm going to ask one more time just to be sure. You're sure you want to cancel the marriage?
Of course I'm sure. Just the fact that I live in the same town with you, a middle school graduate doing shady business, is enough to make me feel uneasy. Now that I set my eye on you, it'll probably be difficult for you to continue your business in town, let alone continue living here. Get out of this town as soon as possible.
I accept the marriage cancellation, but I'm not going to leave this town, and neither am I going to stop doing business here.
Huh? What did you just say to me?
We should hire a lawyer to take care of the official paperwork involved in the marriage cancellation. I'll be asking for an alimony as well, though.
An alimony? What are you talking about?
Yes, an alimony for canceling the marriage and for punching me in the face.
Huh?
I already went through the hassle of going to the doctor and getting a certificate of diagnosis. If you don't agree with paying an alimony, I'm considering filing a police report. I kindly ask for your understanding.
So that's how you're going to move.
Goodbye then.
Hey Everett, I changed my mind. I'll let you marry my daughter.
Huh? Why the sudden change of heart? And to think that the marriage cancellation you insisted on was just made official yesterday. Did something happen?
My, Everett. Quite the devil, aren't we? Just yesterday, I went drinking with some friends who are also landowners when they told me about the work you do. My, was I surprised. Your company is a major real estate company that owns a ton of property in the capital, right? They're also helping in the development of my hometown, I heard. Why didn't you tell me sooner? You have to tell me such things, otherwise I won't understand. If I become related to you, someone who is quickly gaining popularity in this town, then my family is sure to gain some recognition as well. Which is why I'll give you a gift. I'll let you buy some of the land I own for a cheap price, on the condition that you'll marry Stella, of course. Do we have a deal, son? You should be delighted about the opportunity to buy extra land for cheap as someone in the real estate business, right? All you have to do is marry Stella, and all this land is yours. I'm sure you don't get deals as good as this often.
I don't want neither your land nor Stella.
What? Are you just going to let this wonderful opportunity to gain connections and land at the same time go to waste?
The marriage cancellation's already been made official, and I have no intention of going back. And as for the purchase of your land, you're talking about the mountain and fields near your house, right?
Yes? What of it? I'm saying that I'll let you buy that huge amount of land for cheap. Don't you feel the least bit grateful?
To be honest, that land is basically of no value. It's not worth whatever price you put on it.
Huh?
Even if I were to put a price on it and buy it from you, it would just be a swath of useless land that wouldn't serve any purpose.
Useless?
Things would be different if there was some sort of plans for development in the nearby area that would give it additional value in the future. But as it stands, there aren't any plans currently in place. From the point of view of the company, the cons of buying your land outweigh the pros. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in your land.
But my land, the land of my ancestors, you're telling me it's of no value?
Yes. Now, are we done here? Like I already told you before, the marriage cancellation has already been made official, so there's no reason for us to converse further.
Wait, hold on.
If there's anything else, please talk to my lawyer.
Everett!
Everett, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Huh? Stella?
I want you to take back the marriage cancellation.
What? Hasn't it already been several months since we canceled our marriage? Why are you suddenly bringing this up again?
My father was scammed.
Huh?
You know how you told my father how the land he owned was useless and of no value? He went into shock after he heard this news, and right after, was approached by someone saying that he was selling land that would increase in value in the future for cheap. Dad was fooled by his eloquent speech and gave him money, but in reality, this land never existed.
Meaning that it was a scam.
Yes, which is why I want you to take back the marriage cancellation.
Huh? I do feel bad for your dad getting scammed, but how does that connect to me taking back the marriage cancellation? Don't tell me that it was my fault because he went in shock.
We don't have any money.
Huh?
My father went out of his way since he wanted land that was valuable and ultimately ended up getting scammed. We can barely get by with the money we have left. My mother left as well, since she had enough with my father. I can't talk to my father anymore as well, since he's completely broken down. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to live like a poor person. But if I married you, the CEO of a major real estate company who makes a lot of money...
Stop right there.
Huh?
No matter what you say, I have no intention in getting back together with you.
What? Why not? I'm the daughter of a major landowner and have a great academic background. Men should be begging to marry me.
I earn enough money to make a living without any of your fancy titles. Besides, I find it hard to believe that men should be begging to marry you when you don't have any money and are barely making a living. Don't you realize you're contradicting yourself? You see, if I still had any sort of feelings for you, I might have decided to have done something about your situation. But the very thing that made those feelings vanish without a trace were the insults you gave me when you decided to side with your father. I honestly don't understand what kind of nerve you must have to just act like that never happened and ask me for help. Don't you at least have any sort of pride?
Don't say things like that.
Well then, farewell.
I accept that what I said to you back then was wrong, and I take it all back. I was only being pushed by my father to say those things. I never really meant it. I've always loved you, Everett. Please, give me another chance. Everett? It says these messages are unread. Wait, did you block me?
Regarding the real estate scam Stella's dad fell victim to, I have nothing to say but that I feel bad for him. Apparently, this fraud organization was arrested 1 year later, but according to a mutual acquaintance, Stella and her father are still living in poverty, which means that the money Stella's dad was scammed of probably didn't return. And given the situation, Stella, who was forced to take care of her father who had broken down and had turned into an alcoholic, is now drowning in huge amounts of debt. There are rumors that she's turned to doing some shady business to earn the money the two need to get by. Well, since I already received the alimony I asked from her, and now have a girlfriend I'm planning to marry, I think it's time to let this story come to an end. Besides, I have no duty to help the father and daughter who insulted me so much.
Hey, where'd you go, Claire? Who said you were allowed to leave, huh? I can't believe the disrespect. Not even a proper goodbye.
Well, can you really blame me? You kind of left me no choice. Because of you, I'm completely drenched from head to toe. I need to go home now and dry off so I don't catch a cold. What is your problem with me anyway? I assume you didn't dump a bucket of water over my head for no reason.
You really don't know why? That's what you get for deceiving my son. Sorry to foil your little scheme, but the jig is up. I don't know if it's money or my house you're after, but you're not getting either of it. You may have fooled my son, but not me.
I'm sorry? I have no idea what you're talking about. All I did was show up to your home with Evan so we could get you and Diane's blessing to get married. What makes you think I tricked Evan? Where is this coming from?
Oh, playing dumb, I see. I told you, the jig is up. You lied to Evan about your education. I heard you're a high school dropout.
Excuse me? Where exactly did you hear that?
One of the younger guys from the office told me. When Evan first started dating you, I brought it up at work that my son had a new girlfriend. One of the kids I supervised went to the same high school as you. What a small world, huh? Anyway, he's the one who told me you were a high school dropout. That means you were only able to finish middle school.
A former classmate, you say? Interesting. But why are you accusing me of trying to trick your son?
My family has a long history of high academic achievements, you know. My father, me, Evan, all the men in my family graduated from Ivy League schools. My wife, Diane, and my daughter, Sienna, also graduated from prestigious private schools. But my son, marrying someone who never even made it past high school? This is an outrage! I'll be a laughingstock! Think of what my relatives would say!
Okay.
You're lucky you have a pretty face. I'm sure it worked to your advantage when you were seducing Evan. But I can't be fooled. You're an idiot and an airhead, and my son doesn't deserve a woman like you.
So let me get this straight. Because you didn't like what you assumed about my educational background, you decided you wanted to get rid of me, and you thought the best way to do that was to dump water over my head?
I've dealt with dense dummies like yourself before. It's the easiest way to get the point across. If you ever come back to my house again, it'll be mud I'll be dumping over your head. I will never give you my blessing to marry my son. If you knew your place, you would have never had the gall to show up here.
I see. Fine then, we'll call off the engagement. I won't marry Evan. That way you'll get what you want, right, Hal?
Exactly. I guess you're not as stupid as I thought. Glad you finally came to your senses.
Oh, I've come to my senses all right. I realized that I don't want to marry into a family where I have to deal with someone as childish and barbaric as you. For someone who boasts about their high education, what you're saying is incredibly immature, don't you think? Your insults are so juvenile and repetitive, I feel like I'm talking to an arrogant little kid.
What did you just say to me?
On top of that, you're quite cowardly and sneaky. You kept your mouth shut the whole time Evan and I were talking about wanting to get married. Then Evan stepped out to make a phone call, and Diane went to grab some drinks from the kitchen. It wasn't until we were alone that you decided to show your aggressive side. What's worse, right after you did what you did and got me drenched, you started talking about needing a smoke and got out of there as fast as you possibly could. A blink of the eye and you were gone. You deliberately attacked me, and only when no one else was around to see it. Then you immediately